And since this is the result of our community post, this will be our topic for today's video. But before anything else, check this out first. There are still many who haven't subscribed. But back to the topic. Today, we'll explain how to use the Kimura Style in Untitled Boxing Game. So let's not make this any longer, let's go. Let's read what's written here. Your style was always basic, and you don't have the talent as others, but you're far more determined. Your body shots can slow down an opponent, letting you land your finishing move. Kimura is one of the rare fighting styles in the game. Although its punches deal low damage, this style compensates with a unique slowness debuff. The debuff slows down opponents, drains their stamina more quickly, increases the cooldown time for their dashes, and reduces the distance they can travel. It is one of the 5 rare styles. This style is based on Tatsuya Kimura. So when you master this style, you won't just be an ordinary player anymore. Now, let's move on to M1 and M2. The initial punch can either be a right hook or a left hook. The M1 chain for the left hook consists of a series of slowing hooks to the left side of the body, while the right hook chain delivers multiple hooks to both sides of the body, alternating between the two. Although these punches deal relatively low damage, they can apply a slowing effect to your opponent. Kimura's M1 South now deal more chip damage and can inflict slowing, even if the opponent is blocking.
Counter! Fake counter!
According to the developers, to fully maximize the slowing effect, the Kimura user must land at least 3 complete M1 chains. While the overall damage of Kimura's M1 South remains low, the recent buffs with chip damage and slowness make these attacks noticeably more effective. The slowing debuff lasts for 12 seconds after the opponent is no longer hit. Though it can be applied even when the opponent is guarded, it will only inflict half of the full slowing debuff in such cases. Let's go to M2. Kimura's M2 is a right overhand to the opponent's face. It deals poor damage like the M1s, but can also inflict slowing. Kimura's M2 has received a useful buff. Similar to the M1 South, the M2 deals poor damage, but can inflict a slowness effect. However, with the update, Kimura's M2 now has the ability to apply the slowness debuff even when the opponent is guarding, and it applies double the slowness compared to a single Kimura M1. Ultimate Dragonfish Blow. With unwavering determination, you begin your combo by landing several powerful and rapid liver blows to your opponent's core. After that, you finish the sequence with a heavy overhand right, sending your dazed opponent's feet flying off the ground. This ultimate attack takes away nearly half of your health, though it's not enough to knock down an opponent with 50% health remaining. Let's jump into pros and cons. Pros. The slowdown effect can severely hinder an opponent when its maximum potency is achieved. Encourages an aggressive playstyle, similar to Ippo and Charge, but with the added flexibility of executing a backdash. Features above average M1 speed, thanks to the recent buff it received. Above average dashes allow a Kimura player to quickly close the distance to an opponent or retreat when needed. Highly effective against runners if you successfully apply the slowness effect. Cons. Has below average damage for an aggressive infighter style. The M2 always comes from the right hand, making it predictable and easier to perfect dodge. Due to its below average damage, Kimura also deals below average block damage. Kimura is an outboxer, but in this game, you need to be an infighter because it would be a waste not to use the slowness effect. You'll mostly find it challenging to close the distance with your opponents. Kimura is a solid option for players who prefer a straightforward, balanced style without the need for complex mechanics. Its ability to slow down opponents with each hit adds a strategic element to gameplay, giving players control over the fight's pace. While Kimura may lack flashy abilities, its reliability and balanced performance make it a great choice for those who value consistency in their fighting style. Though its damage is on the lower side, Kimura has the potential to dominate by focusing on applying slowness and utilizing clever tactics to land easy hits. Maintaining a steady rhythm can swing the fight in your favor. Kimura is a well-rounded style in terms of mobility, but falls behind other styles due to its low M1 and M2 damage. Similar to basic style, Kimura is versatile and can be played either aggressively or passively, depending on the player's preference. In tougher matches, such as in ranked, Kimura is best played aggressively. The key is to land as many M1 South and M2S while the opponent isn't blocking, which is crucial to stack the slowness debuff. Once the opponent is noticeably slowed, continue applying pressure by mixing up combos to further intensify the debuff and try to break their block. Kimura can also be effective for countering. Since opponents can't block while throwing a punch, Kimura's buff M1 speed, though slightly slow, and the average speed of its M2 allow it to apply more of its slow-down effect during counters. This gives Kimura the advantage of hitting opponents through their guard while still inflicting the slowing debuff. So before this video ends, watch how I use this style versus a unified champion. This match is tough actually. And in the last part of the video, I have a gift for you.
Counter. Counter.
Damn!
Counter. 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 Counter.
Bad to no joke, I'm a legend, Tano.
Counter.
Daddy, chill.
once you finished our video, I have a giveaway of unusual gloves. Yes, I'll be giving them out randomly from here. Shout out to Drip G Bang for sponsoring. So how will we know who the winner is? It's simple. Just make sure you're subscribed and like the video. After that, just leave a comment below with Nick Infinity, and everyone who comments Nick Infinity will be part of our raffle. We'll find out who the winner is in the next video. See you next time.